It's Courtney, aka Swamp Astronaut, and I'm gonna walk through my Fallout 76 camp. This is my most recent build, and it's gotten a lot of traction lately. I get a lot of visitors. Most people will come on the server, tell their friends about it, and then all of a sudden it's a party. So I wanted to do a quick walkthrough, show you what the build looks like. So we're starting out at Vault 76, and we're actually going to fast travel over to my camp, which is in the mire. It's near the crashed plane. So once we travel there, we'll spawn in at what is ideally the entry point, and then move from top to bottom. So this is a treetop build. As you can see, I got a little bit creative with how the build comes together. So there's actually 2 points of entry, one being at the foundation, and 2 being this tree trunk. So most people will spawn in at this spawn point here, and then the idea is to use the tree trunk to enter the base. Some people go all the way down to the foundation, and that's totally fine, but the idea is to go up through this tree trunk. So full front view of the first entryway into the camp. You can see that it's built into the tree. A lot of people ask me how I did it, and to be honest, I'm not sure how I managed to do it. But I did. It took me about 16 hours to build total. About 4 hours of that was just trying to position the camp in the correct spot. The hard part with this was trying to get it high enough so that I could build it high. One thing that I kept running into was if the camp was placed too low, I wasn't able to build all the way up to the top of this trunk. My main thing with this camp was that I wanted this tree trunk to be even with the platforms that you can walk on. So it took a long time to get to a point where I could build the camp high enough, then also have it even with the platforms. So, entering the camp, friends welcome, obviously, another welcome sign. Entering the camp, the idea is that any visitors can immediately go to the Treetop shop. So here's the vending area, complete with a stash box, some nice little seating areas, a piano if you need to get your tune buff, and then all of the vending machines. I currently only have 3 vending machines. I used to have 4, but I was selling a lot of stuff. Trying to keep it 3 just because 4 was a little bit too bulky, especially for this build. This is the vending area. And then we go over here. Back here is just crew maintenance, is what I call it. I have my generator up on another platform higher up, so that way nothing can get to it. And then this walkable area up here, which I can put defenses on if I need to. I haven't had to yet, so I don't plan on doing so. Another nice little seating area that I just have as a space holder, just because the space was extremely empty, so I wanted to do something with this little corner. But it has a nice little view of the shop. And then this is what the exterior looks like, where you actually spawn in at. And then, of course, we have to have a meat wheat flag. Then coming over, this is my master bedroom. I have AFK up on the top above the door. If the door's closed, that usually means I'm AFK and just getting a sleep buff. So pretty simple. Simple master bedroom, place to sleep. I always leave this door open because I know a lot of people, especially if you're like me, I like to take a look at everybody's camps and take a look at bedrooms. So I like to keep it open just so people can take a peek inside. And then going down to the second level of the build. This took a little while to get right as well. So this is your entryway up to the top of the build, which leads up to that tree trunk there. So I had this separate platform here, just so I could get some staircases all the way up to the top here, and just so there's a little bit of a buffer between the top and the bottom floor. So the bottom floor is all just your basic camp needs, all your workbenches, a couple of cosmetic things here and there just to fill up some space. But it is built all around this trunk. So I built it around it just so it really has that treehouse feel to it. And this is a nice little seating area with a good view of the waterfall here, the water source. So I position this so that way if someone sits down, takes a break, you have a perfect view of the waterfall. I also built a statue over on the rocks over there just for fun. Some people notice it, some people don't. Doesn't really matter if you do, it's there. But a nice little view of the waterfall there from this nice little patio. I keep getting told that I need to put a punch bowl on top of this patio table, which I'm going to at some point, but I like to fill my punch bowls with vintage Nuka Shine, which is either very good or a very bad idea, and for this build specifically, I'd like to keep people at my camp, so I don't have one up. Then some other instruments here to get fine-tune buffs if you're visiting. And then just all your basic crafting needs. Another nice little seating area. Got the Future Tech World Globe here, which is always fun. And then a world radio if you want to listen to some tunes while you're here. So this is the second point of entry for the camp. So this is where all of it is technically built. So I have this one piece of foundation and then 2 staircases leading up, which was where I was able to get all of these platforms built around the tree. So one of the frequently asked questions that I get when people visit my camp is, where did I put the camp module? So, like I said before, the difficult part with building this was it was hard to find an area to put it where it was high enough that I could build up high, so that way we had that second point of entry there with the tree trunk. So putting it anywhere down here on these rocks didn't work. I tried the rock here, that also was not high enough. So what ended up happening was I built this foundation, I built the stairs, and I got all the way up to the top of this tree and placed the camp actually inside of the tree on this one flat point that there is. I still don't know how they let me do that or why they let me do that. All logic points to that not being able to happen, but it did. And I'm thankful for it because I was able to build up as high as I wanted and still keep my foundations. There's also a power pylon in there. For whatever reason, I was able to put a power pylon there too, so that's what's actually powering this entire bottom level. I just have the power conduits all the way up the tree. So that's it for the Treetop Camp. I get a lot of questions. I get a lot of people that come visit. I just had somebody today come by and drop off a bunch of rare outfits because they were so impressed, so I wanted to just share a video and share a walkthrough just because the pictures of the camp don't do it full justice. So I'll walk back up to the top of the camp so we can get a nice front view of it one more time. I've never run into any issues with people building their campsites near mine. There is a lead deposit here, so sometimes there are camps. But I've never seen someone successfully build through this tree, so I'm sure that other people have, and I'm sure that I'm not the first person to think of this idea. But I haven't seen it yet. I've seen a couple people build on these rocks, so my camp wasn't able to spawn. Because anytime I can't spawn my camp, I always make a point to go and see, because I want to know if somebody did a similar build. So this is the first time I personally have seen someone build through the tree. But again, I'm sure other people have. But I just wanted to do a quick walkthrough, show you the camp. And yeah, I don't know how to end this.